I might be shooting myself in the foot saying this. I think that they've just grown so quickly. And I just want to be honest with you guys. Like, hey, you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, I want to talk to you about the customs that I made, the process to go with Rough and Tumble, the ups, the downs, the goods, the bads. So stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below. Hit the notification bell right next to that so you don't miss any of my future content, and hit the like button for this video if you want to see more content like it. Okay, so as you guys know, I'm on a low no buy year. Bags and littles have fallen into the low buy category because I want to be realistic. I don't want to deprive myself, but at the same time, I had been going overboard. I have really pared down my collection. Once I get everything in, I will absolutely do a full bag collection video for you because it has completely changed and just totally different. So part of what made me realize that I need to like slow down and do a low buy is because when I looked at what I had in production with Rough and Tumble, I just looked at the in production list of stuff that I had and it was wild. And so that's part of the Rough and Tumble mind game, is if you like make a custom or you purchase something that's in production, it can take anywhere from, I think, 10 to 16 weeks, somewhere within that. And so by the time you order it and you're so excited for it and then it gets to you, you're kind of, to me, I'm kind of over it most of the time, not all the time. And here I still have the ones that I purchased that I do still have. One that I purchased that I actually I received and sold the same day was the large fire clay Marsden with the Phoenix lining. Now I had bought a vault lining on Rough and Tumble, and with a vault lining, you purchase that, and then when you go to buy like an in production bag, you can add it to that bag and they will put it in that bag for you. It still then will take, 10 to 12 weeks. Fire clay to me is one that is so gorgeous, and I kind of still want a bag in it, but by the time the large Marsden got here, I had already sold the one that I had in Tusk, and I just decided that bag style to me just isn't deep enough and tall enough and wide enough for like the small amount even that I carry now. So I told my friends that I had received it. It was gorgeous. I'll try to pop some pictures in here, and one of my friends bought it and she's loving it. I'm thrilled. So that's one that I bought and sold and it got to me. Another one that I got was this Traveler, and this is Tusk with Basque black on the bottom, black zipper pull. I mean, everything black and brown. And so then I got the Vern Yip teal lining. It comes with a micro strap in it, and that's great. Hold on. Yeah. And so the micro strap is great, but for me with the Travelers, with what I carry in them, it feels a little bit like heavier duty, but here's the interior of it. Isn't that pretty? So I don't know. It just feels like it gets a little too heavy, and they started making these 1-inch straps. So I bought one of those in black so that it goes along with this. And this is one that, because I had a black and brown one coming, I ended up selling like all of my Travelers. Yeah, all of my Travelers except that goldenrod one. My mom, I had a meadow elk one. That was the only other one I had, and my mom really loved it, so I, passed that along to her. I went to a Rough and Tumble meetup this last weekend. You guys will see in the video prior to this, I believe, that I'm filming these at the same time, like on the same day. And they always send a little something, Rough and Tumble, if it's an official meetup. And this time they sent tall slip cases, and I got it in moss, which I'm thrilled about, because then I also ordered, this was something I had ordered that was in production, a district slip. Now this is something that I carry every day. And so I have 3 or 4 of them now, I think. And it's just an unlined interior. So I love the district slips. And so I was really, really glad that I ordered this. This was not in stock, but in production. So I think it took about 7 or 8 weeks before this got to me. Happy to have it. Super happy to have it. Now, this was a custom that I made last year, and I want to say made, but ultimately this is something that it's a call-in only, and it's the open pocket crossbody sling in moss. As you can tell, I absolutely love moss. There's 2 more things here in moss. I like distressed leathers, and that's what these are made out of. And this is just one big open pocket. Sorry, it's kind of hard to show. And then it's just one open cavernous opening, I guess. And then there is a slip pocket back here. And that is it for that one. The open pocket crossbody sling is just so stinking cute. Laurel made me one that has a little bit thicker strap, but everything has just like changed and shifted over here, and I didn't know what was staying, what was going. This, I want to show you this one because there's a little bit of a story with this the last thing that I have, and this is the large Jenny and Moss. I did a purple lining interior. This is being a distressed leather. The zipper is like slightly harder to get open, but I've been using it and just it loosens up over time. I can already tell it's loosening up. And so here's the interior. This is what I carried to the Rough and Tumble meetup, and I'm glad I did because people wanted to see large Jennies. Mostly what you saw like in the groups were the small Jennies. Everybody loved those. Well, I could tell they were too small for me. My friend brought her small, and I'm so glad she did because I was like trying to convince myself that a small would work. And when I tried to pack it up, it wouldn't, not with even the minimal stuff that I carry. So I have my light saddle phone bonbon that has the Darling Daisies lining in it. I have I think this is a saddle district slip. Yeah, saddle district slip. And this is what I use kind of as my like catch-all. It has a little bit of sea salt and just like like tweezers, random stuff in it. I have, let's see, a coffee sleeve, a reusable coffee sleeve. I have my keys, which I made leather key fobs out of some of the scraps that I had from the leathers. I'm thinking about maybe listing some up on my Etsy shop. And I have a bunch of different leathers. They're just for fun. And then I have hand sanitizer and a pen. And then my foldable glasses are the ones that I'm wearing right now. I have, last but not least, I think these are last. I also have, oh yeah. Last but not least are these 2 tokens. In this one, I carry my headphones and my AirPods and my little Jesus figurine, just little catch-all one like that. And then in this Moss one that I got is like all lip products, some essential oil roll-on, and atomizer with some vanilla spray in it that I almost never access this stuff. Sometimes the lipstick and that's it, but I know that I have it if I need it. And then in this front pocket here, I have some ginger chews, my knife, and my chapstick. That's what I reach for the most, is that chapstick. And that is it. So if it's hard to show the interior, but in this big opening, there are 2 slip pockets back here. I'll try to get like an overhead shot for you off camera, but there are 2 slip pockets back here and then a D-ring with a key fob on it and this front pocket here, and that's it. And it comes with an a detachable strap, which is what I love because I have a distressed espresso one that I could swap out with it, or really any strap that you wanted to use, you could swap out on these, which is just, I think that makes them all the better. All the better. And I can do a dedicated video to my Jennies again because now that I've received that one. So my last piece is another piece in Moss, and it's my phone bonbon. I love this thing. This is the star of the show, right? I keep this like styrofoam in here to keep it, help it keep its shape. So I received this and it was gorgeous. I'll pop those pictures in here. I was so happy with it. I did lavender dust lining, so it's got this purple featured in here. It's got this front pocket here. It is, I think, 8 by 5. Let's just see because I have it here. Yeah, 8 by about 4.5 inches tall. So 8 by about 4.5 inches. They're all roughly the same. And I put my card trio in here and I was like, what is going on? Like when I would shut it, it would just kind of catch on the cards, which it didn't do in any of my other ones. They all closed smoothly, no issues with catching on anything. And it took me about a week of using it. And there was this like disappointment in it for me. And I couldn't pinpoint what was wrong with it. And a week later, I just started playing around and I put my hand inside here and I was like, wait a second. That lining doesn't go all the way to the bottom. It was a solid like 1/4 inch. So this whole like bottom stripe here, it didn't even touch the bottom. And the problem with that is, from what I'm to understand, they kind of created the card trios and duos to be able to fit in here and close smoothly. So I reached out to Rough and Tumble and I said, hey, this is what's going on. I pulled the lining out of this one, which this is a different lining. I pulled the lining out of this one and I pulled the lining out of like my fire clay one and I took pictures of it, you know, next to each other, and how this one was like shorter than that. I'll pop that picture in here. And then also, I put the card trio in it and took pictures where you could see that it was like hitting up at this top. And in the fire clay one, you could see a good like 1/4 inch above it. And that's why it wasn't catching on any of my other ones. So I reach out to them and I let them know, and I'm kind of nervous because right now, at least, Rough Tumble hasn't been known for their like phenomenal customer service. I might be shooting myself in the foot saying this. I think that they've just grown so quickly, and I just want to be honest with you guys. Like, I think they've grown so quickly. It's been hard for them to keep up. Their production times have extended, and so it's just been a little more frustrating. And so when I reached out, they asked me then, hey, can you send these pictures? I said, sure. So I send the pictures, and I said, it's hard to see this in the pictures. So then she responded, I can't even remember, a day, 2 days later, maybe our back and forth was pretty quick at first. And she said, oh, it's hard to tell in the pictures. Can you mail it in? Which means that I'm paying shipping to get it back. And she wasn't just saying like, yes, we will fix it. It was clearly not right. And it was like, I've just heard some horror stories about things that have been done wrong that they won't fix. And I don't know all the details behind it, so I can't speak to those. What I know is I was very frustrated and very worried that they were going to say they weren't going to fix it. I had contingency plans in my head, and ultimately I had to get to a point where I was like, hey, this is just a like small leather good. Like if it's not great and it doesn't work out, what I'll do is I'll get it back. I will probably send it to Laurel Dasso and ask her to reline it for me. I would have been sad to have to put more money into it when it should have been done correctly in the first place. However, I finally heard back from them, and they did say the lining was done incorrectly. They were going to reline it. Now, I don't know how they did that. I don't sew, so I do not know if they had to take this whole thing apart. That's my guess. But I am very grateful because it did get done. It took about 3 weeks more, I think, to like from door to door. They say it'll take about 3 weeks for fixing and returning. And that's about what it took. And once I got it back, I was thrilled and very grateful. Thank you guys for fixing it. I love it. I absolutely love my phone bonbons, but there was a little bit of like questioning and frustration. And it actually just really made me wonder, it just made me wonder like what's going on over there. I guess what's going on over there? Like, why are they struggling so hard? And because everything's handmade, it has to be hard because you have to train people to do these things. So like, while I understand, it was also very frustrating as a consumer of their goods, but overall, I'm happy with it. I love it. That's the story of my phone bonbon. They took care of it, and I'm glad that they did. Now I have that matching, you know, all of my other moss goodies. So that is everything that I had that was coming to me, that was in production. I think that was everything. Like I said, the large Marsden I sold, so I didn't have that. And then the district slip was the last thing. And then now I have purchased that seafoam small duffel. That is not a limited item. So if I don't love it, I can return it, or I can try to sell it like in the bag groups. Either way, I can get that money back and go from there. But that is everything that I was waiting for. Like, there's so much more to tell you guys about. But in my low buy year, I'm really excited because now I get to just really challenge myself to use what I love and love what I have. If you also have things that are in production anywhere that you're excited about, please let us know down in the comments below. Have you had any kind of frustrating customer service issues with any brand? Let us know, because I know that Satchel and Northmore and like all these other brands are like, nobody's perfect. They're just humans running a company. And so if you've had those experiences, let us know. If you've had a great experience with them, let us know. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.